Hey guys, this is Karthikeya Kantwal from Apex FinServe and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session with the equity watch list and the index outlook too. I'm sorry, the weekend video series sadly could not be continued this weekend or the previous weekend, because previous weekend I had an outing and this weekend had a family emergency, so I had to be there, so I could not record a video for you guys. I'm really sorry. I hope I can keep the weekend series going on. I am trying my best, but anyway, I hope you guys had a really good trading week. The last week, not this week. We have a fresh week starting tomorrow, so let's see what do we have in store. Starting with the first one that we have is SBIN. SBIN is in a clean higher highs and higher low formation, so it makes a lot of logical sense to enter a long trade anywhere between 195 194. Just to be on the conservative side of things, we'll be taking an entry at 194, stop loss at 192, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Jubilant Foods. Now on Jubilant Foods, we seem to have a lot of action going on. We have a lot of demand supply zones plotted. We also have a trend line. Now on the basis of that trend line, the lower low lower high formation should continue, but we are going to go for a counter trend approach here, wherein we are planning a long trade at the nearest demand zone that is there at 2275. So we are going to take an entry there, stop loss at 2250, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Sipla. Now again, coming back to the simple phase analysis side of things, we have a clear resistance break, and now it should continue forming the high rise and high low formation. But to be on the safer side of things, honestly, if you were going aggressive, you could have planned a trade near 800. But just to be on that bit safer side of things, we're going to go for a long at the nearest resistance turn support of 790, stop loss at 780, and ideal targets of 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Torrent Pharma. Now Torrent Pharma, similar to Sibla, we are going to go at the nearest resistance turn support level at 2750. Again, if you were being a bit aggressive, you could have planned a trade near 2780, but based on pre-plan levels, that seems to be a bit more aggressive than we would like to be. So we're going to go for a long at 2750, stop loss at 2720, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the final equity script that we have is Tata Steel. Now Tata Steel, we have a strong resistance or strong push down every time it has interacted with the level of 380. It was a resistance before as well, broke on the upside, and to be honest, it's now a resistance again. So we're going to go for a simple short position at 380, stop loss at 384, 385, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now coming on to my favorite side of things, the indices, starting with Nifty at first. Now Nifty, we have an immediate zone placed at close to 11,920, 11,940, 20 point zone, nothing much there, but that is going to be the decisive point as of now. If that is not sustained, then we can expect Nifty to dip back to 11,850, 11,800. If that is sustained, however, then we might see Nifty all the way up to 12,000 or even 12,100 to a certain point. When we talk about the option chain side of things, we have immediate resistance at 12,000, which is a big round number, with 32,000 added contracts. But I feel with respect to the added contracts, it might be broken. Let's see. Significant at 12,100 with 550,000 added contracts. So as I said, 12,100, we might see that. On the downside, we have support at 11,900 with a massive 1.1 million added contracts, and significant support at 11,800 with 920,000 added contracts. So the option writers on the put side, they seem to be a lot more aggressive than on the call side. Let's see how it goes. They seem to be pretty bullish at this point of time, but let's see how it works out for them. For me personally, I would like to go for a long trade only above 11,950 if that is being sustained and visible on a candle per candle basis. Then primary target of 11,100. The PCR is 0.88. It's definitely bearish, but not as much as you would prefer it to be while looking for aggressive shorts. So it's definitely a long bias for tomorrow, long at pullbacks or long at breakouts. That depends on what floats your boat, what is your taste. Moving on to the main index that we will trade, Bank Nifty. Now for Bank Nifty, the charts are slightly different. If you observe the general performance of the index, now don't worry about these zones. These zones are tracked from the past data and not magically appearing. So if you look at the performance of both the indices, then it is very clearly evident that Nifty has outperformed Bank Nifty by quite a bit, or you can say it the either way around as well, that Bank Nifty has underperformed Nifty by quite a bit. So either way, for Nifty to cross well 100, Bank Nifty needs to catch up. So here I do have a long on breakout bias, long about 2400 or long at 23,700, 750. Let's see how it goes. When we talk about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 24,000 with 122,000 added contracts. Significant resistance at 24,500 with 240,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have immediate at 23,800 with 128,000 added contracts. And significant support at 23,500, pretty far away, with 568,000 added contracts. So let's see, even here the put writers seem to be a bit more aggressive than the call writers, but not as much as Nifty. The PCR comes out to be at 0.81, which is more or less towards the neutral side of things, nearing 0.75. So let's see, as I said, long above break of supply or long at interaction with demand, but definitely a long. Let's see. Now these are all the charts that I had to share with you guys for tomorrow. This marks the end of today's analysis sharing. I hope you guys have an exciting green trading session tomorrow, and well, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment something nice, of course, press that bell notification icon too. As usual, if you want all of these materials, or well, all of the analysis that I shared, you can definitely check out, or rather you must check out the Telegram channel at the Apex FinServe, Instagram too, Twitter handle as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.